Hello everyone, today we dive nearly 3,000 meters into the darkest, most unforgiving depths of the Indian Ocean to explore one of the most astonishing creatures ever discovered in the animal kingdom. The scaly-foot snail, also known as the volcano snail or sea pangolin, the only animal on our planet that constructs a genuine iron armor to survive in one of Earth's most extreme habitats. Imagine a world where sunlight never reaches, where the water pressure is so intense it would crush a modern submarine like a soda can, where hot hydrothermal fluids spew toxic chemicals and heavy metals, and where temperatures can swing from near freezing to hundreds of degrees Celsius in an instant. This is the home of the scaly-foot snail, a small marine gastropod that has evolved biological adaptations so unique and brilliant that it has stunned biologists, material scientists, and engineers around the globe. Unlike any other snail mollusk or creature on Earth, this tiny animal does not just grow a calcium carbonate shell. It builds its protective layer using iron sulfides, the same tough metallic minerals found in rocks and ores, turning its body into a living, breathing suit of iron armor that makes it nearly impervious to the dangers of its deep-sea home. Let us start with the place this extraordinary snail calls home: deep-sea hydrothermal vents, also known as black smokers, located along the central and southwest Indian ridges at depths between 2,400 and 2,900 meters. These vents are underwater geysers powered by tectonic activity, where superheated water, filled with hydrogen sulfide, methane, and heavy metals, gushes out from the seafloor into the cold, dark ocean. The environment here is nothing short of apocalyptic for most life forms: total darkness, crushing hydrostatic pressure, toxic fumes that would kill most animals instantly, and extreme temperature fluctuations. Yet, against all odds, this snail does not just live here, it thrives thanks to its evolutionary superpower, a fully mineralized iron exoskeleton that no other animal can replicate. When scientists first collected specimens of this snail in 2001 and formally described it as a new species in 2015, they could not believe their eyes. Here was a snail whose shell and foot scales were coated in pyrite and greigite, two iron sulfide minerals that give the snail a dark metallic sheen and even make its armor weakly magnetic. It was a discovery that rewrote what we knew about biomineralization, the process by which living organisms produce hard protective structures. Now let us break down the snail's most iconic feature, its three-layered iron shell, a masterpiece of natural engineering that outperforms many human-made protective materials. The outermost layer is a thin but incredibly hard coating of iron sulfides, roughly 30 micrometers thick, made primarily of greigite and pyrite. This is the iron layer that gives the snail its legendary toughness, resisting scratches, cracks, and the crushing claws of its main predators, such as vent crabs that patrol the hydrothermal vents looking for prey. Beneath this metallic outer layer lies a thick organic middle layer made of proteins and chitin, similar to the flexible outer layer found in other snails, but far more robust. This middle layer acts as a shock absorber, dissipating the force of impacts and preventing cracks from spreading through the shell, exactly the same principle used in modern bulletproof vests and military armor. The innermost layer is made of aragonite, a form of calcium carbonate that is common in most mollusk shells, providing a smooth, supportive base for the entire structure. Together, these three layers create a composite armor that is hard, flexible, and heat-resistant, allowing the snail to withstand the extreme conditions of its vent habitat without injury. This unique structure has become a major focus for material scientists who study it to develop stronger, lighter protective gear for humans, from military body armor to industrial safety equipment. But the snail's iron armor does not stop at its shell. Its large muscular foot, which it uses to crawl along the rocky walls of hydrothermal vents, is covered in hundreds of overlapping, curved scales called sclerites, each one also coated in iron sulfide. These scales are arranged like the tiles on a roof, creating a flexible, impenetrable barrier that protects the snail's soft body from predators, sharp rocks, and the corrosive vent fluids. Unlike the shell, these scales can move slightly as the snail crawls, giving it both protection and mobility, a rare combination in nature. Adult snails cannot fully retract their foot into their shell because of the size of these armored scales, but they do not need to. Their iron plating is more than enough defense against any threat in their environment. What makes this even more remarkable is that the snail does not produce the iron for its armor on its own. It relies on symbiotic bacteria that live in and around its body to help mineralize its shell and scales, using the iron and sulfur from the hydrothermal vents to build the tough metallic coating. This partnership between the snail and bacteria is a perfect example of symbiosis, where two organisms rely on each other to survive in a habitat where neither could thrive alone. To support this incredible armor and its symbiotic lifestyle, the scaly-foot snail has evolved another extraordinary adaptation, a massively enlarged heart and circulatory system that makes it stand out even among extreme environment animals. Most animals have hearts that make up less than 1% of their total body volume, but the scaly-foot snail's heart accounts for a staggering 4% of its body size, proportionally one of the largest hearts in the entire animal kingdom. The reason for this giant heart is simple. The snail does not eat food like other animals. It is a chemosynthetic symbiote, meaning it gets all its energy from bacteria living inside its greatly expanded esophageal gland, which is about 1,000 times larger than that of ordinary snails. These bacteria use hydrogen sulfide from the hydrothermal vents to produce organic nutrients through chemosynthesis, a process similar to photosynthesis, but powered by chemicals instead of sunlight. The snail's oversized heart pumps blood filled with oxygen and hydrogen sulfide to these bacteria, keeping them alive and productive so they can feed the snail for its entire life. Its digestive system has even degenerated over time, losing its teeth and tongue, like radula, because it no longer needs to hunt or eat food. Every nutrient it needs comes from its bacterial partners. This complete reliance on symbiosis is yet another trait that makes this snail utterly unique in the animal world. Let us put this snail's resilience into perspective to truly appreciate its miracle of survival. It lives at depths where no sunlight penetrates, so plants cannot grow, and the food chain is built entirely on chemosynthesis instead of photosynthesis. It endures water pressure that is more than 200 times the pressure at sea level pressure that would instantly kill most surface animals. It swims in water that is often laced with toxic hydrogen sulfide and heavy metals that would poison most marine life. It faces predators with sharp claws and strong jaws that can crush most small deep-sea creatures. And yet, with its iron armor, symbiotic bacteria, and supercharged circulatory system, the scaly-foot snail survives and reproduces in this hostile world, moving slowly across the vent walls and living a quiet, tough life in the deep ocean. It is a living testament to evolution's ability to adapt to even the most impossible conditions, proving that life can find a way anywhere on Earth, no matter how harsh the environment. Despite its incredible toughness, the scaly-foot snail now faces a threat far greater than any predator or extreme environment: deep-sea mining. In 2019, this snail made history as the first deep-sea species to be listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List, not because of natural predators or environmental changes, but because the hydrothermal vents, where it lives, are targeted for mining of valuable metals and minerals. The snail's entire global population is limited to just 3 small hydrothermal vent sites in the Indian Ocean, covering a total area of less than 0.3 square kilometers, an extremely tiny habitat that makes it extremely vulnerable to disturbance. Deep-sea mining operations would destroy the vent structures, disrupt the chemical balance of the water, and wipe out the snail's only home, pushing this unique species to extinction before we even fully understand all its biological secrets. This is a tragic irony. A creature that builds its body from iron and survives the deepest, harshest parts of the ocean could be wiped out by human activity before we finish studying its amazing adaptations. The story of the scaly-foot snail is more than just a fascinating tale of a weird, deep-sea creature. It is a window into the wonders of evolution, a source of inspiration for human technology, and an urgent reminder of the importance of protecting Earth's most fragile and unique ecosystems. Every time we explore the deep ocean, we discover creatures that challenge our understanding of life, and this iron-clad snail is one of the most spectacular of them all. It shows us that nature's engineering skills are far beyond anything we can create, that life can adapt to survive in places we once thought lifeless, and that every species, no matter how small or hidden, plays a vital role in our planet's biodiversity. From its 3-layered iron shell that inspires modern armor to its giant heart that fuels its symbiotic survival, every part of this snail is a masterpiece of natural design, forged over millions of years in the depths of the ocean. As we surface from our journey to the hydrothermal vents of the Indian Ocean, let us carry with us a sense of wonder for this tiny iron snail and a commitment to protecting the deep-sea habitats that are home to countless undiscovered species. The scaly-foot snail is not just an animal. It is a symbol of nature's resilience, creativity, and beauty, hidden away in the dark corners of our planet, waiting for us to learn from it and protect it. There is still so much we do not know about the deep ocean and the creatures that live there. But every discovery like this reminds us that our planet is full of miracles waiting to be explored and preserved. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel